Some voices don't fade when the music stops. They echo through time, carrying emotion, beauty, and pain. The artists we remember today gave us songs that defined generations, yet their journeys ended far too soon. Their lives remind us how fragile brilliance can be and how art outlives the artist. This is Celebrity Tribute Hub, and today we honor extraordinary music legends, gone too soon, but forever alive in their sound. Christina Grimmie began as a bright light on YouTube, her soulful covers turning a simple webcam into a stage that touched millions. Rising to fame through the voice, she was celebrated for her kindness and raw talent. On June 10, 2016, while meeting fans after a concert in Orlando, she was tragically shot at just 22. Her optimism and humility remain an inspiration, proving that even brief lives can leave endless echoes of love and hope. Juice WRLD, born Jared Higgins, brought emotional honesty to modern hip-hop, blending vulnerability and rhythm like no other. With hits such as Lucid Dreams and Legends, he captured the pain and pressure of fame at a young age. On December 8, 2019, at only 21, he died from an accidental drug overdose in Chicago. His music became an anthem for youth who feel deeply. Juice WRLD's legacy endures through the fearless openness he brought to rap's new generation. Aaliyah Dana Houghton, the princess of R&B, brought elegance and innovation to every note she sang. With timeless hits like Are You That Somebody? And Try Again, she reshaped R&B's sound and style for a new millennium. On August 25, 2001, after filming a music video in the Bahamas, her plane crashed, ending her life at just 22. Aaliyah's influence remains unmatched. Her grace, talent, and quiet confidence continue to inspire generations of artists who walk in her footsteps. Kurt Cobain, the voice of a restless generation, led Nirvana to define the grunge era with Smells Like Teen Spirit and Come As You Are. His raw lyrics exposed vulnerability behind fame's glare. On April 5, 1994, at age 27, Cobain died by suicide at his Seattle home. His art became an anthem for outsiders and dreamers. Even decades later, his words and melodies remain sacred to those who found their own pain reflected in his honesty. Amy Winehouse's voice was smoky, soulful, and unforgettable, a timeless blend of jazz and rebellion. With songs like Rehab and Back to Black, she revealed both brilliance and vulnerability in every note. Fame magnified her struggles, and on July 23, 2011, at only 27, she died from alcohol poisoning in London. Her artistry reshaped modern soul, proving authenticity never fades. Amy's voice still speaks for those who loved fiercely and hurt deeply, reminding the world that honesty in art never dies. Tupac Shakur was more than a rapper. He was a revolutionary poet who gave voice to pain, injustice, and hope. With songs like Dear Mama and Changes, he blended raw truth with fearless activism. On September 13, 1996, at just 25, Tupac was shot in a drive-by attack in Las Vegas, a crime that remains unsolved. His music transcended hip-hop, becoming a symbol of resistance and resilience. Tupac's legacy lives on through the messages that continue to awaken hearts and minds. Christopher Wallace, known to the world as the Notorious B.I.G, transformed storytelling in hip-hop with unmatched flow and poetic realism. Through Juicy and Big Papa, he narrated dreams, struggles, and triumphs of life in Brooklyn. On March 9, 1997, at age 24, He was killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles, leaving a legacy still felt in every rhyme. Biggie's influence shaped generations of artists, proving that true greatness can rise from hardship and live forever in rhythm. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, changed entertainment forever. From Thriller to Billie Jean, he elevated performance into art, blending innovation and emotion like no one before him. On June 25, 2009, at age 50, he passed away in Los Angeles from cardiac arrest caused by propofol overdose. His influence transcends time, culture, and genre. Michael's music united the world in rhythm and wonder, and his artistry remains an eternal reminder of how creativity can touch every human soul. Elvis Presley was the spark that ignited rock and roll. With timeless hits like Can't Help Falling in Love and Suspicious Minds, he brought passion and movement to a generation hungry for change. On August 16, 1977, at age 42, he died of heart failure in Memphis, linked to prescription drug use. His energy reshaped popular culture. Elvis remains an enduring icon. His sound, charisma, and influence echo across decades, reminding the world what it means to truly shake the soul. Whitney Houston possessed one of the most extraordinary voices in music history, commanding emotion with every song. Her classics, I Will Always Love You and Greatest Love of All, still soar in hearts worldwide. On February 11, 2012, at age 48, she passed away from accidental drowning in Beverly Hills. Her power, grace, and vulnerability made her unforgettable. Whitney's voice was a gift from heaven, one that continues to comfort, uplift, and inspire long after her final note faded away. Prince was music's fearless chameleon, singer, songwriter, producer, and performer, whose brilliance knew no limits. With masterpieces like Purple Rain and When Doves Cry, he blended genres and identities, reinventing artistry itself. On April 21, 2016, at 57, Prince passed away from an accidental fentanyl overdose at his home in Minnesota. His innovation redefined pop and funk for decades. Prince's legacy lives on as a symbol of creative freedom, individuality, and the belief that music is infinite expression. Tim Bergling, known to millions as Avicii, brought emotion and meaning to electronic music with global hits like Wake Me Up and Levels. Behind the beats was a young man searching for peace in a relentless industry. On April 20, 2018, at just 28, Avicii died by suicide in Oman. His sound bridged cultures and generations, blending energy with empathy. Avicii's legacy endures through the joy he gave and the awareness he raised about mental health in music. Chester Bennington's voice carried both rage and vulnerability, defining Linkin Park's emotional power through songs like In the End and Numb. His lyrics became lifelines for millions facing their own darkness. On July 20, 2017, at age 41, Chester took his life at his California home. His courage in confronting pain made him more than a rock star. He was a friend to the brokenhearted. Chester's legacy reminds the world that empathy can turn suffering into strength. Mac Miller's music evolved from youthful charm to deep introspection, blending jazz, soul, and hip-hop into a sound uniquely his own. Known for songs like Self-Care and Good News, he explored life's highs and lows with quiet honesty. On September 7, 2018, he died at 26 from an accidental overdose in Los Angeles. His art reflected growth and self-discovery, Mac's warmth and humility continue to inspire artists who value authenticity over perfection. His music feels like home. José Onfroy, known as XXXTentacion, was a complex artist whose music captured pain, love, and redemption in raw form. With songs like Sad and Changes, he expressed inner battles that resonated deeply with his generation. On June 18, 2018, at only 20, he was fatally shot during a robbery in Florida. His story remains tragic and layered, yet his art reflected genuine emotion. XXXTentacion's legacy lives in the healing power of vulnerability and artistic transformation. Selena was the radiant queen of Tejano music, bridging cultures with songs like Dreaming of You and Beady Beady Bom Bom. Her joy and warmth made her beloved far beyond Latin audiences. On March 31, 1995, at age 23, she was tragically shot by her fan club president in Texas. Her loss broke hearts across the world. Selena's legacy continues as a symbol of pride, love, and cultural unity, forever shining through the rhythm she gave us. Bob Marley transformed reggae into a universal language of peace, unity, and faith. With classics like One Love and Redemption Song, he carried messages of freedom and love to every corner of the world. On May 11, 1981, at just 36, he died from cancer in Miami. His spiritual and musical influence is immeasurable. Marley's voice became a movement, his message timeless. Even decades later, his call for equality and peace continues to uplift humanity. John Lennon, co-founder of the Beatles, changed music and culture with songs like Imagine and All You Need Is Love. He dreamed aloud of peace and used his fame to advocate for it. On December 8, 1980, at age 40, he was tragically shot outside his New York home by a disturbed fan. The world grieved a poet of hope and truth. Lennon's spirit endures through every artist who dares to imagine a better tomorrow. Elliott Smith's delicate voice and poetic lyrics turned pain into beauty. Known for Between the Bars and Miss Misery, his songs were quiet confessions that touched those who felt unseen. On October 21, 2003, at age 34, he died from stab wounds, a suspected suicide in Los Angeles. His music remains an emotional refuge for listeners seeking honesty and sadness. Elliott's legacy is one of compassion, vulnerability, and the power of softly spoken truth. Dolores O'Riordan's haunting voice defined the Cranberries with hits like Linger and Zombie, songs that captured both tenderness and rebellion. Her Irish lilt became one of the most distinctive sounds of the 1990s. On January 15, 2018, at age 46, she died by accidental drowning due to alcohol intoxication in London. Her artistry embodied resilience and emotion. Dolores's music continues to echo in hearts worldwide, a reminder that even sorrow can sing with beauty. Jeff Buckley's ethereal voice and emotional depth gave the world one unforgettable masterpiece, his rendition of Hallelujah. With only one studio album, Grace, he became a legend in life and myth in death. On May 29, 1997, at just 30, he drowned accidentally in the Mississippi River. His loss left music poorer, but his art eternal. Buckley's haunting melodies remind us that beauty often flickers brightest before it fades away. Each of these artists gave the world a gift no time can erase, the sound of emotion itself. Their songs became memories, their voices immortal. Though they left us far too soon, their music keeps them forever alive in spirit and soul. Thank you for watching Celebrity Tribute Hub. If this tribute touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to honor the artists who still sing through silence.